Welcome to Match of the Day 3. Three subjects to rattle through over the next 5 minutes with Danny Murphy and Robbie Savage. Let's start with Liverpool, unbeaten in their last 11, won 8 and drawn 3. Is this a vindication of how Brendan Rodgers has turned things around?
Yeah, I think he deserves great credit. The tactical change he made when altering the formation was crucial. Of course, it's helped getting players fit, competition for places. But their form's been nothing short of terrific, and they have real momentum now, probably the form team pushing for those Champions League positions. And I think today's performance was as good as we've seen from Liverpool this season.
It's also probably a vindication of patience and allowing players, when they join new clubs, whether it's from other Premier League clubs or coming into the Premier League, time to settle, whether that be Lallana, Emre Can, Markovic.
I thought Lallana today was exceptional. And I just think on 6-06 early in the season, a few fans calling, for him to get the sack. And you can just show us that with time, with patience, he's getting players better on the training ground. Yeah. I think they'll finish them Champions League places, I really do.
Is it a very difficult formation to play against?
I've played against it a couple of times, and we worked really hard when we was at Fulham. We worked really hard on trying to stop that formation because it does cause you different problems. Some people say it's ultimately about players, not formations. For me, it's both. What Liverpool have found is a really good formation that suits the type of players they've got. And also, the other thing he did, when he played Sterling up front, when Balotelli and Lambert were struggling, it really gave them that pace back that they had last season. They could press and be on the front foot. And I think that's why he used that today as well.
Let's move on to Everton. 1 win out of 11, I think it is. What is definite is that they're 20 points off at this stage compared to last season. Is there one thing you can put that down to? Or are they a bit unlucky at times?
No, I wouldn't say unlucky. I think they're just having more possession of the football. It's too slow in possession. They're having 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, not getting the ball forward enough, not getting crosses in. I don't think they'll go down. I think they're 14th at the minute. I think from Hull down at 15th, them teams are in it, but I think Everton will just be safe. But he's got a big job on his hands. You've got to get the ball early to Lukaku. If Lukaku's injured, who goes up there? Naismith, was on the bench against Arsenal. He's got a few goals, but I just think he needs to change something. I don't know what it is.
I think it's been hard for him because the goalkeeper and the back four were really consistent last season, chose themselves, stayed clear of injuries. This season it's chopped and changed. Jagielka had a spell on the sideline. Distant had Stones was injured. I don't think the keeper's done particularly well compared to his normal high standards. Tim Howard in the goal, and that's been his lack of confidence has had a knock-on effect to the back four. So I think conceding goals has been their big issue, not particularly making chances.
I think there's a nervousness as well, chappers. We've been there a few times for the Radio 5 Live, and especially with Barkley at home, because it's as if I'll give you the ball 5 yards away from me, I won't take chances. And I don't think Bartley's doing that. As before, when the team's playing well, Bartley will take chances. The goal at Newcastle, and I haven't seen him do that for ages, go and take somebody on. I think there's a willingness to give the ball to somebody 5 yards from you and you go and do something. Nobody's doing it.
Is there an argument to say that he could tinker with his formations in the same way that Brendan Rodgers did to eventually get something that works? I mean, he wasn't afraid when he was at Wigan of trying different things. I mean, he tried 3-4-3 when he was at Wigan, actually.
Yeah, he did. And he did it well. It kept them up one season.
So has he maybe not got the players to try and do... Well, he did something down here. But has he maybe not got the players to try something that Brendan Rodgers has tried?
I think you've always got the players. He does tweak it a bit. I mean, today, for example, he played 3 what you call defensive midfielders in Gareth Barry, McCarthy and Besic. So he is trying to find it, but it is difficult when you had success last year doing one thing and then just to throw it away because you're having a bad spell. It's about belief. I think Roberto Martinez has a real belief in the way he wants to play the game and doesn't alter it too much for anybody. And at this point, they're OK. But a couple more losses and the confidence could just drop. You have to be careful because those Everton fans are demanding and they won't put up with more bad performances at home.
Speaking of belief, let's move on to our final subject, which is Chelsea and Jose Mourinho. It may seem a slightly daft thing to say, but on Match of the Day 2 Extra over the weekend, Andy Dunn made the point that actually some of Mourinho's press conferences over recent weeks might have been actually a sign of nerves, not trying to set an agenda here or play mind games here. Do you think, if that is the case, do you think winning this League Cup, first trophy of him being back at Stamford Bridge, will relax things a little bit?
Possibly. you could see how much it meant to him in the celebration. You know, when we're celebrating with the team, and you could see when they were 2-0 up. You know, Cuadrado come on, and even he was demanding of him in the last 2 or 3 minutes. He had to go to Costa, he had to go at Cuadrado. You know, he's demanding of his players after winning the trophy. I think this will help them now go on and win the Premier League. I think they'll win the Premier League by 8 or 9 points now. I really do.
I think he's probably right. Jose Mourinho is a winner, and he judges himself and other people on trophies. He talks about it a lot. And it's been 3 years, which is a drought for him. So that will just take the pressure off a little bit and give them the freedom then in the Champions League and the Premier League to go and play with the confidence we saw earlier in the season. And I think as well, you know, to win today against a good Tottenham side and without Matic, at least shows they're not so reliant on him. I don't think they missed him that much today. I thought
Zuma went in there, didn't he?
Yeah, they commanded the game well, so that was a real plus.
FA Cup next weekend, so the next match of day 3 will be in a couple of weeks.